Hey, what's up, people? It's your boy Iz Marrero, and I'm doing a video here for my website, Iz Marrero Screenwriter. And today, right now, currently, I'm writing an article. It's called "To Collab or Not to Collab." That is the eternal question, right? And I've had the unique pleasure of collaborating with some really, really, really good people. You know, these things right here is our baby. And at times when we write them solo, we want total control. We don't care about opinions. We don't care about anything. And I'm gonna mention some collaborators and how they go about things. In this video. I'm writing the article, and when I'm done, I'll post it on the website. But the first person that I collaborated with on a script is a dear friend of mine. His name is Edwin Velez, aka Eddie V, and we wrote a script called Badass and Good Boy, and it was a really, really decent script for the first time collaborating. This is when I was first starting out, writing, and I was just trying to get a gauge on things. And but me and him, we worked well together because we kind of understand each other. I've done music with Eddie, musical production, so we kind of understand each other's likes and dislikes, and we were just tossing the ideas around and then mold it into a script. And for me, having that first collaboration, some people read the script, they liked it. They said it was a good script. A lot of friends of mine that were in the industry when I was first networking, it was saying, hey, it just needs some work like anything else. And I expected that because it was my first thing. But collaboration to me is key. It's a necessity. Even when you fly solo, right? You're gonna need a second objective, a second set of eyes. A person like actors, producers, directors. Those are the best people to deal with. Script readers. People in the industry that are used to seeing a lot of screenplays. They know about structure. They can tell you, okay, I think this is weak. I think you need to strengthen this in the rewrite. I think you need to do this. So it's always good to know that you're not alone. So collaborating is key, and making a movie is a collaborative effort to begin with. So I've kind of gotten a list of people that I've worked with. So I spoke about Eddie. The next person who's a partner of mine, and most of the people on this list are partners of mine. We're working on different projects. And I'm working on multiple projects because the simple reason is that you can't write an opus and take 10 years and only have one script. What if you're trying to get it around town, or you're trying to get it to producers, and they say, okay, this is a cool script, what else do you have? And it took you 10 years to write one. You gotta write multiple things. You gotta write as much as possible. An hour a day is my religion. I've written many, many specs, and I'm involved in some projects that are in different aspects of production. You know what I'm saying? So one of them is gonna come real heavy soon, and I don't need to mention it because I want to keep it under wraps. But my friend and partner, and he's like a brother to me, Frank John Marabetti. We got a project that we wrote together about the mortgage industry and the criminal aspects of it. So what he brought to the table was, me and him were talking one day, and we kind of created a story together. But then I asked him, what are your strengths? And he said, listen, I know about the mortgage industry inside out. I know you know about the criminal element. I know you know how to write that stuff. You write great gangster films, action films, crime films. So I'm going to leave that up to you. The mortgage stuff, leave it up to me. I know how it works. So we worked on it together. And, it's doing really well for itself. We're just waiting for it to be greenlit. Okay? Frankie's a great writer in his own right, and we work well together. So Frankie is great on story. He's written 2 or 3 scripts. He's getting better as he writes, but he's great at story. So the next person is like a sister to me. Her name is Zilphia Wallace Lates, aka Phoenix. Phoenix is just great. I've worked on pilots with her. I've worked on comedies with her. She writes horror, sci-fi. She's an amazing writer. She's a student. I gave her some pointers. She takes pointers from everybody, and she refines things and makes it better for herself. And she's coming to her own as a writer. She's amazing. Shouts to my sister. Love you, sis. The next person on the list is my brother from another, Craig Thomas Ravella. Craig is an amazing guy. He's amazing. Craig's strength is story. He's not really a writer. He never really writes scripts, but he comes up with some good stories, and he always tosses them towards me because he knows I write scripts and stuff. So he's a great person to collaborate with. We got a project that one day he was telling me something on Facebook. I called him up. We talked about it. He gave me some ideas. I came up with a story, and pow, that's his style. He's one that he's very analytical. He sees things, but he just doesn't have the patience to bring it to the paper. And that's what it is. Some people are just great at story, coming up with stories. So, next person on my list is Del Harvey. Del Harvey is a mentor to me, great friend, amazing guy. It's a treat to work with him because he's a master at screenwriting, man. He's an adjunct screenwriting professor. He's been in the business for many years. He's been in LA. He knows how movies are done top to bottom. So he's a great person to have on a team. And I'm glad that he's on mine. The beauty of him is that when he gets tied up, sometimes he leans on me. We lean on each other. But he leans on me and he tells me, can you write this? And I'm like, okay, Del, what you want me to do? He goes, I'm going to give you an outline and I'm going to let you do what it is you do. And it's a treat because he allows me to be creative. He trusts me. And that's another thing. You got to have trust in yourself and faith in yourself, and trust in your team and your teammates and everything else. He's an amazing person. Another great friend, Vinicius Machado. Me, him, and Phoenix, Zilphia, we came up and collaborated on some ideas for something that he wanted to do. But right now, it's just, he shelved it because of certain things that are going on right now. But he's a great collaborator, Vinicius Machado. He was on Power, great friend of ours. Another cool guy came through my cousin Jose A. Santiago, who's another collaborator with me. Me and my cousin Jose A. Santiago, he's a great actor. And he's another guy that's story. He doesn't have the patience to write. He goes, cuz, I don't know how you do it. I said, leave that to me. What do you want to do? What do you have in your mind? Great at story. Great at character development. And I have another collaborator named Chris Gonzalez, a.k.a. Gonzo. Chris, cool dude too. Comes up with the initial ideas, writes his parts of the script, and lets you write your parts. So it's kind of easy. And I've done that with Zilphia, Phoenix. She's another one that she'll write things and say, hey, you write these scenes, I'll write these scenes. Same thing with Frankie. You write these scenes, I write these, and it makes it easier. They have faith in your ability, you have faith in theirs. Another person that is a great actor, he also worked with me and Zilphia with Phoenix, and his name is Christopher Scott Cerrone. He played the young Henry Hill in Goodfellas. He had an idea for a funny comedy. And we wrote the script. He came up with some ideas for the story, and then me and Phoenix came in and developed it more and got it to a more pliable point. So, yes, collaboration is key. And I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me talk about it, and you take care. Bye.